She's coming down.
I'm totally gonna die. I want to know, if I had fallen, would you have caught me or just fucking...
No, you just would have fall. Hello, YouTube. This is Kevin, Brittany, and myself, and the cutest cat you've ever seen. Kevin and Brittany just made a financial suicide decision and got a, what do you call it, a King of the Hammer Ultra 4?
It's a 4400 car. It's an Ultra 4 car that we will be competing in King of the Hammers with.
You guys got into racing cars as a hobby.
Oh yeah.
Everybody dreams of like going pro and being like a professional racer. And you know, but
But yes,
people
usually,
do. Yeah.
yes.
you just bought a vehicle from someone that was doing that. They were campaigning it as a professional racer, which is, you know, they went through all the stages of learning to drive a car, building it up, slowly building up sponsorship, probably building the race car. Probably took them so much time to build a race car, thousands and thousands of hours of coming up with normal like sponsorship proposals and talking to people and meeting them and networking and everything. And that is the old form of racing. The new form of racing is just like being a YouTuber with social media stuff, buying other people's vehicles, doing the races as jokes. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are gonna do a King of the Hammers as a joke.
Not so much a joke. We've always wanted to do it, but we're not doing it.
Not always wanted to do it. You
not King of the Hammers.
No, not King of the Hammers.
You didn't even know Jeeps existed 5 years ago.
So not race King of the Hammers, but own an Ultra 4 car. We've always wanted one of those.
But it's still like a comedy routine that you did not know these hardly existed 3 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't. I definitely didn't.
He'd never heard of them.
No, a
month ago, he never even wanted to buy one. We were motorcycle shopping.
Yeah, we were motorcycles.
Because he's got a midlife crisis, like, that just keeps going.
I was going to say, for like 20 years, a 20-year midlife crisis.
But he had no idea that he was going to buy this thing. No plans. You didn't know.
Until 2 hours before we bought it.
Racing is almost a comedy routine for people making media, and it's no longer the same thing where you guys had to learn to build the thing, you know, race it, run a program.
Yeah.
The whole thing is almost like a joke now. Drift Week has turned it into a joke, if you know what I mean. Like, we're just going and screwing off and everything.
It's not a joke as in, like, we're making fun of it. It's a joke as in, like...
No,
it's
I'm
not
not
really
saying
a
it's
joke.
a bad thing. I'm saying it as it's entertainment now. I should say
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
He doesn't mean it as a joke, as like, ha, this is, like, I'm making fun of,
but
like...
more just a ways of entertainment. Like, we don't want to be professional anything. Like, we want to do it for fun, just have
fun
fun
entertainment.
time.
So my point is to be a successful racer in one of these before you had to play the game and go. Well, actually, probably everybody is just rich that builds these things because they didn't exist a long time ago.
Yeah.
And with drifting, though, everybody thought to be the best, you'd have to go win, you know, have a podium, hold it up, and then you would get sponsors. That's how everybody thought it worked, right?
It did, and it used to.
Right, and now it's not like that
because the internet exists now.
Yeah.
So
it's just like the world is turned upside down. Do y'all like ever think about that or anything?
It's super crazy.
We never intended to create a YouTube channel. We were just doing the same stupid stuff we always did, and we started filming it, and then the YouTube happened.
Right, and
it worked for us. But that's completely what it is now, though. Now it's more important for a professional racer to have a social media presence than anything else. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to get first place or anything else. If you want the sponsors, you have to have the marketing and the social media side of things to make it work.
They are full-time YouTubers.
Yes.
All your income comes from this now. There's nothing else that funds it.
It's us full-time. We have no house. We have no regular jobs or normal jobs. We live full-time on the road filming YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But it is way more work than my normal job ever was.
Yeah.
It is every single day. There's no weekends. There's no holidays. It's
always creating content.
It's always
all
having to create content.
And there also was no like game plan. No one can show you how to do this. I don't think you can go to school for this.
People ask us all the time, like, how do you get started? Yeah, how do you get started? I'm like, like we never intended to get started. It just happened, and then it was a thing. But
so for all the new people starting, like, was there a path of So how much brain power was invested in this?
So at first it was just kind of started rolling. It was the right place, right time,
right vehicle,
and the right vehicle that we were doing stuff with. What it is on our end, it's a positive influence. We're constantly trying to educate people, entertain people, and then inspire people to go out and live life. Whether not go out and chase a YouTube career, but to live life, to take the time with your family, with your friends, and do these awesome, amazing things. And we do all these things to show people all the different things you can do in life, I guess, every day. But our vacation is literally like laying in bed for 2 or 3 days doing nothing. That's our vacation.
That's like my
mine too.
dream vacation.
Right, it's like
just
our vacation, where most
vegging
people
out
work
on
their
bed.
butts off and then they take a week or 2 weeks to go do the things that we
do every
daily.
day. Yeah.
And then I mean, I never thought this would be a thing. Ultra,
This was
and
a
I
dumb
have
thing.
okay, hold on. Before, because Aaron was talking about that, I have known about Ultra 4 actually for quite a while, longer than I had a Jeep, longer before I had a Land Cruiser, and I always was like, that would be awesome. It's like the Swiss Army knife of off-road vehicles, but it was always like this pipe dream that I would never have enough money or have enough time or energy to even do one of these.
We still don't have any
I
of
still
those
don't
things.
have any of those things. We honestly don't. The guy that owns this called me. He had a business that kind of went under because of COVID.
While
And-
we were at a motorcycle dealership.
Right, and so he called me and he said, hey, do you know anybody that wants to buy this? I know you have social media. Can you get this out in front of people? And I was like, well, how much? And he gave me the price. I'm like,
we can do
oh,
that.
shit,
How
I
much
can
do
buy
these
that.
things normally go for?
It-
I mean, to
depends.
build one from scratch.
Oh, to build it from scratch, you're a
Probably
quarter
150, 200,000.
175, 180.
Yeah.
175,
the,
180.
the previous owner said 175.
And that's if you're doing the work. If you paid somebody to build it, you're over
No.
200. No? Oh, that's Randy. Give me the bomber.
There
All
you
right.
go.
So 180.
You bought the thing. You don't even know how much they cost.
I don't. I wasn't.
You know how much
Because I
it
knew
costs?
they
Sorry,
were
if you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
We
Well,
know
I
how
just
much
knew
it
I never.
costs us.
So why not like a Lambo or something? You can literally go buy like.
Who wants?
Who the fuck wants a Lamborghini? A Lamborghini is like
and
the
he-
Honda of exotic
So anyway, he
cars.
called me
Yeah.
and he
I'm
was
gonna
just
get
like,
shit for
"Hey,
that.
do you know anybody?" And when he gave me the price, I was like, "Oh shit! Like maybe my pipe dream isn't a pipe dream anymore. Like this could be really a thing." And then we've come across all these companies who we've made
We've
these
started-
relationships. Hold on, who we have these relationships with who are in off road. And I started calling them and I'm like, "Hey, this is the price. And what do you think? Also, will you support us?" And everybody's like, "Yes, do it. Yes, do it." And so I had 5 or 6 yeses.
Several people told him he'd be an idiot not to buy it for that price. And so we decided to be an idiot and buy it for that price is what we did. But no, it should be, I mean,
To be clear though, that you bought a race vehicle to make your YouTube channel interesting.
Yes.
Right.
And do that, like just the models flipped on its head. Like normally you would.
oh, absolutely. So for us,
Can't even explain how
For-
racing works to like
so for
non-NASCAR people and how crazy it is and how weird this is for the model.
yeah, no, because like we bought this obviously with the intent to race in King of the Hammers, which is like the ultimate of all
It's the
ultimate
hardest
off-road
off-road
racing.
race in the world.
But we aren't racing with the intent to win. Like we're not going to win. We're going just to finish, which in and of itself is a huge accomplishment.
So-
For us, buying this, learning about it, learning how to drive it, learning how to work on it is more of a giant journey experience than
I think
anything
it's
else.
more interesting and more challenging to be able to buy stuff like this as a joke for one series of YouTube videos as a theme in your channel. That's the amazing thing right now. Is that's mind
You
blowing.
keep calling it a joke, like it's kind of hard to take jokes
No,
serious.
you
Like
know what I mean, like-
it's not a so what it is. It's our journey of can two people who don't race off road. We don't race. We go out.
We don't come from
we
a professional racing background. We're
can-
not rich.
Right? Can we
This
pick
sounds
this
exactly like a joke to me.
It's not a joke. It's like, our life is a joke in that sense.
Yeah, then our whole
Yeah,
life
wait,
is a
wait, wait.
joke.
So they're just like, they have to go get this somewhere, and they're loading up parts. It comes with like probably a dozen tires, including the ones on it. They don't even know where they're going to put anything.
No.
Right.
They don't
We
even
have a
have a
shop.
garage space.
Right.
They don't
We don't
even
have a
have
house.
anywhere to put this inside.
Which-
It doesn't even have a garage to go in.
Which is the
it
story.
doesn't even have a carport to go under.
Hey, that's part of the
They're gonna
entertainment.
put this thing
That's
under
part of the
a tarp.
entertainment. Not the joke, the entertainment.
Yeah. So his wording for joke is entertainment on our end. But
Yeah.
it's, can we do this? Is this possible for us
Well,
to
also,
even?
so our thought process too is making this as relatable possible because King of the Hammers and like Ultra 4 and pro racing in general is a lot of people's like it's a pipe dream, but it's unattainable.
Right.
Like a lot of people want to become pro drivers, but they never
Or-
actually try because they don't think they ever will. And we probably, we're not going to actually
Oh,
try to
we
become.
didn't tell you. We got this for 50 grand.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You can't tell everybody. Or
Right.
are you going to tell them?
Oh, we're
gonna tell
telling everybody.
everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to make it. And
Because
that's,
otherwise, how, like,
well, that's the whole point. Is basically we're going to try to
No,
show
wait.
that this
I
is
love-
possible for anyone. Like it's,
No, it's not.
You absolutely could.
No, I love this. They're like, 50 grand, it's nothing. 50 grand? It's just a YouTube entertainment thing. It's no big deal.
no.
We make it on YouTube videos. It's no big deal. It's like a 240 SX. It's
No.
the S13 of the off-road. No, like,
50
problem-
grand is the price of a new Jeep JL.
He's
Right?
he's
Which
thinking
normal people have to finance for 90 months.
he's thinking with drifters' bank accounts.
You're thinking with the drifters' bank accounts. That's
You mean,
very true.
wait, drifters even though are like, what's the average income of an American? 40 grand
40
maybe?
grand maybe.
You're spending more than that to go do a race just for entertainment value. Like, you guys don't see the comedy in that and the fun.
I don't know.
I'm not.
No, it's the fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely the
And
fun.
it's there is
But
comedy.
you're just like, oh, it's just 50 grand. No big deal. It's just a race thing. We have 10 other cars.
For the record, the only reason we have 50 grand to buy this is because we've been saving for 6 months for a house down payment, which we now no longer have. So we are putting off the ability to buy a house for another probably
You know,
couple
there's
of
people
years.
just like, they're listening. Oh, you had to save for 6 months, like on the side.
Well, with our savings, what we already had saved.
I'm just
yes,
jerking their chain
but
on it.
I'm
I'm super proud of them over it all.
We have no house.
Yeah.
We have cars. That's all we have.
No
are cars.
house, no kids,
hey,
no
at
rent.
least we're not Jason and we don't own 7 240s.
Racing is no longer what it used to be.
Nope.
Sponsorship is no longer what it used to be.
Right.
You bring in probably more sponsorship through the channel and like something like this than most of the winning teams are going to bring in. I would think most of the winning teams are probably mostly self-funded, or you know, a lot of the guys are self-funded. A lot of them maybe like have shops that they're, you know, they own and they're pushing their shop. They have some type of like monetization thing.
If companies respect you and you've made a good name for yourself and you follow through with all the promises that you've made, like we have over the past couple of years, I am going to guess that and I don't know yet because we're just reaching out to companies, but I would guess that we'll pick up anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 in sponsors by having this.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Right, but I was going to say most teams don't have that type of success probably as being successful racers doing the normal model.
Right.
You are more successful having a YouTube channel doing it as an entertainment thing.
Well, and the reason
I shouldn't say a comedy routine.
Well, it's entertainment, but it's also education. Like, it's also education. A lot of this people like to learn. It's like the how it's made or whatever. We'll go through, and as we're learning, people are going to learn with us.
Well, the reason too that it works more for
As you learn how you're
Yeah.
the reason it works more though for social media and like YouTube as it is for opposed to like the normal model for like being a pro driver is that the normal model for being a pro driver has really crappy ROI. Yeah, like having your sticker on a car that's just doing laps isn't going to make people go out and buy Bill Stein shocks or go out and buy Fox shocks or whatever it is. But having a YouTube channel where you see it on our daily driven vehicle and doing this and us playing with it and it making it like we're not perfect.
No, you're great personalities. You're showcasing the product. You're doing more than they could if they bought commercial
on a
time
marketing
on
level.
something.
Yeah.
And you're believable and you have the audience comes to you. It's not like a commercial where the commercial's forced in front of somebody and they're just trying to click as fast as they can to get out of it.
And I think part of that too is for us, like we're just Kevin and Brittany. A lot of our subscribers, like when we meet them in person, they act as if they're already our best friends. They already know us, even though we've never met them
People
before.
don't even introduce themselves to us. They just come up and be like, hey, Kevin, what's up? Like,
It's
Which
a
is
completely different world.
People
You're
don't
approachable.
have people don't have that feeling towards pro drivers. Like you see, you're like, oh my god, that's Von Gittin Jr. That's Kelsey.
Well, that's because they have literally been inside your car with you for years. They've been inside your house. They know your mom. They know your friends.
They do know.
People are like, oh, that's Aaron with the Humvee in your video. Like they knew who I was. Some of them.
Yeah, when you hung out with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is we're more relatable. So it's our YouTube channel acts as a much more effective and much more profitable marketing platform than just having a sticker on a vehicle. So that's why now, like, I think it's kind of been completely flipped. It's more important to have a really nice social media presence as opposed to just being the best.
What Aaron's saying is it's crazy that you and I, who have no racing, have no nothing, can get sponsors and buy a race car and literally go race it in the hardest race in the world. He calls it a joke. I call it a journey.
Some of the racers are like, I call it an insult.
Yeah, and maybe... You know, I kind of tiptoe around that. Like, I've talked to a couple of racers, and I'm like, hey, we're just getting into this. And, like, how do I not step on these guys' toes who take these? Okay, so
wait,
Ultra 4...
Think about this. You are absolutely... Some race car driver slid these companies a proposal, and it's in their stack, and they're like, let's do this. And then you slide them yours, and they're just like, we're cutting you from the program so we can...
no.
So someone, for each of the stickers you get on your car, someone got cut for you.
Maybe. Or maybe they just have an extra budget this year?
Probably not. COVID year, they absolutely have tons of extra budget.
Yeah, but
That
I know what you're.
aside.
Yeah, and I've been tiptoeing because I've been talking to racers, and I'm.
Because we don't want people to like hate us for it, but like we're stoked about the opportunity to like try
So
this.
you got to think.
super cool.
So Ultra 4 isn't just King of the Hammers; it's a whole race series.
Yeah.
It's 6, 7, 8 races all across
Throughout
the
the
country.
year.
Yeah.
Just like Formula D would be. If Formula D had like an All Stars event at the very end of the year that only the top drivers got to come drive,
It would be King of the
that would be
Hammers.
that was what King of the Hammers are. So,
So
it's
do you
pretty.
have to do all those events? to be able
No,
to-
that's what's crazy.
You have to qualify. The vehicle has to qualify, and the driver has to qualify. So we do have to go to one of those events, and we have to basically start the race.
Only because of COVID this year.
Yeah.
Only because of COVID, all we have to do is qualify and start the race. We don't even have to finish it. But only because attendance and money and stuff like that. But generally, you have to go to some of these races. But we're basically able to step right into the Super Bowl of off-roading, and that's the whole reason we did it this
Without
year as
having
well.
any idea of what
if
we're
this would have
doing.
been last year, like this wouldn't be possible to buy something this late in the year and then just show up to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Again,
King of
it's
the
kind
Hammers.
of it's the right timing, right place,
Yeah.
right opportunity, right vehicle, sort of a thing. So
I never asked for comments, by the way, but as we're going and you have any ideas on this stuff, comment in the YouTube comment section, which I never ask people to
Really?
subscribe or do. And
let us know what you guys think
Yeah.
in the comment section.
Yeah.
below.
Is our whole life a joke? Is this car a joke?
No, it's just like the
Yes.
modern thing of
Weird
racing.
too.
So I was gonna say, nowadays, like racing drivers, some of them get into series to try and build some notoriety, and then they all get out and go do something else.
Yeah.
They become stunt drivers to make money and commercial work and everything. They go do something like Tanner Faust became Top Gear guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Sam Hubinette and Reese Millen, and most of the champions of like Formula D, the big series champions
Moved
that
off.
were a bunch of times, moved off to go do other things that were more profitable, and they used the racing as a stepping stone. Racing is so difficult, especially like one of the things I point out is if you're a racer, there's no way you can win every weekend. You are going to lose. You probably are not going to be very even if you're getting in magazines, which don't exist anymore, there's no way to really guarantee successful distribution and all this stuff unless you make it yourself.
Yeah.
So like,
Which is work. It's
Right,
a lot
but I
of
was-
freaking work.
but as a race car driver, whoever drives a race car, they are never going to win all the time. They're going to lose. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be, a battle. It's going to be
Yeah.
rough. Whereas you guys can just keep making content and you're always winning. You
Right.
always look like a winner in every video. And if you have a terrible video, maybe it doesn't do well, whatever, you let it roll off your back. Or
Yeah.
if you do really badly, like say you guys go out and this thing caught on fire, that's almost better for you because it's drama.
it's
You know what I
better
mean? Like-
when we do fail.
Yeah.
So the failure rate actually is almost fun. So like if you see somebody at a race and they fail, you're like, oh, they're a loser, whatever. But if you're presenting the whole like failure, they're like, oh my God, Brittany, I can't believe
Right.
you did that and had to deal with.
Well, look when Adam's girlfriend burnt down his GT350 on a track, and now he has a Aussie engine swap put in
Yeah.
it. What is a bar? What is it?
Barra.
A Barra?
It's a 4-liter Ford motor.
Yeah.
You kind of succeed in
So like he
become a winner
succeeded
from
in
the failure.
the
Yeah.
failure. Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
the failures, like in Drift Week, the video that got the biggest views was a car fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you're just like, it just captures the audience and everything. And it's oftentimes not even something that's good marketing. It's just like catchy.
Right. But meanwhile, the racer who's racing that their car catches on fire, they literally it like destroys their
Their whole
their
year,
whole
their whole-
weekend,
yeah.
their whole maybe
Right.
the whole month.
Potential
you know.
sponsorships, everything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on ours, we're just like, there's a whole ton
And
more
yeah,
views.
I said the whole thing earlier really badly. If there's 50 people racing, there's only one winner.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys get to win every time and get the focus and attention
Yeah.
and everything. At a race, I can't tell you how many races I've been to that are like big ones or whatever. I don't even remember who won. I don't remember anything. But like
Right.
you remember who told the story. You remember
Yeah.
like the media. You remember
And
certain
so
things.
that's our angle with this, with our
Yeah.
sponsors, is that we're telling a 6-month-long story from today
Yeah.
until the day we step
Race.
foot at King of the Hammers,
Right.
which is a 6-month-long story that all these sponsors get to be part of.
And the normal racers would just be like, I put a sticker on the side of your car and I went around and that's
Right.
all it was that
I
one
got
day.
first or third, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, I was hoping media was pointing cameras and video cameras, but like TV doesn't exist anymore really. So like no one saw it. The last 2 years have probably, you've been successful for about a year or 2 years on YouTube? How long?
Just at 2 years, basically.
Just at 2 years. When did it, like how long has it been full-time money making good? 2 years or 1 year?
1 year.
All of it was like probably unplanned.
Oh yeah. None of it.
Super just like, oh wow, this is happening. Oh wow, it's happening. What's going to happen in the next 12 to 24 months, do you think? First of all, if your channel algorithmically doubles in size,
Yeah.
that's going to be a ton of money. Because right now
Yeah.
you're already making a good livable wage, doing
Yeah.
great, supporting yourself, buying joke cars, doing all this stuff. Wait, they have a brand new Supra that's like 700 horsepower. They have a Corvette that's becoming like a drift Corvette, which is a race car.
It's my
A
Corvette.
show Jetta, which is her only love of her
I had it
life
for
on
like a decade
airbags.
though. It was like $4,000.
Okay. They have two Jeeps that are over like $100,000. Probably that one's probably like what 70 or 80 for that thing,
Probably.
like that. Their other one's
Well,
like $150,000 Jeep. They have a brand new mega cab like 2020,
Oh yeah, Ram.
3,500.
3500 Ram. They have a giant trailer. They have a Can-Am turbo Razor
Turbo
thing.
S. Polaris, the Turbo S Razor. Yeah.
Okay, turbo S Razor. Did I miss anything?
No, that's a lot.
Oh, and now they have this thing. All of it's being bought by. So my point is like you guys will be, if you double in size again, like Lamborghinis, Ferraris. You could have a turbo McLaren thing. Like I don't know what supercars are. Anyways, what do you do in the next 12 months? Do you take the channel in some crazy direction like that? Do you stay
no.
off
So
road?
my-
No, off-road.
My-
The new Bronco's coming out in 12
Yeah.
months.
So my goal, basically, with the YouTube channel is to I never want to get to the point where we have to do these, like, I say, okay, this is going to sound weird, because I never want to have to get to the point where we're doing these, like, shock value, like, holy crap,
yeah,
like,
the
we're
shocking
jumping
off.
into cactuses, or
This
I'll give you,
isn't shocking off.
well,
No.
I'm saying, that's what I say, it's going
This
to be
would
weird
be
to
shocking
say.
off. I launched it off the top of this house and kind of
like,
crashed it
oh,
into
we're gonna
those
go crash,
trailers.
or like,
Like,
oh,
go-
I'll give you $30,000 if you make it to here before I do, or like, I don't want to ever get to like that where you're having to come up with a gimmick kind of thing.
yeah.
Our gimmicks will always be cars, us buying cars. That's about it. But
Yeah. But people are
I-
still learning from it. We're still going. Like we were going to buy the new Bronco when it comes out next year, but that's another 12 months of content of building it into a Baja type vehicle.
But right now,
and-
y'all are going a car every 2 months or something like that. It feels like, or you know.
maybe every 6 months.
no, we've had our
No, there was a no. Okay, wait. In the last 12 months, you got a
Okay.
Corvette. You got a
But we
Supra.
trade.
We
but
sold a
we
car.
Sold the
No,
drift car
this
to
doesn't
get the
count.
Corvette.
You sell one
though.
car to get
You're
another
saying
car.
once a year, and this year you got a Corvette.
I
You got
forgot
a
about
Supra,
I forgot about
You got a
the
Jeep,
Corvette.
and you got a King of the Hammer vehicle. That's 4 of them
I forgot
in
about
1
the
year. Okay, so every 3 months you're currently averaging and he put a pre-order on a Bronco.
Yeah, but
Okay, so that counts.
He also put a
Kinda.
pre-order on a
Oh,
Tesla
Yeah,
truck.
and on a Tesla truck.
that is a count.
So he bought 4 or 5 cars this year and pre-ordered 2.
And the thing is, hold on, we're not making that much money.
And that makes it sound.
So it's more than just YouTube.
Okay, but anyways, the point of the thing, going back to the subject, was in the next 24 months,
Yeah.
that means you might buy up to, if you're buying them every 4 to 5 a year.
There's no way we're
that
buying
would be
36 cars.
No, 10
Oh.
cars in the next
Oh,
2
oh.
years. 10 new cars, by the way. Even if you cut that number down, it's still 5 or 6.
I don't think it'd be.
It's still 5 or 6. You're
2
not
years?
slowing them
No,
down.
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the next 2 years, there's
It'd be about 5 cars.
We could probably buy 5 cars the next 2 years. Not all of them would be new though. Kind of a thing.
You bought 5 this year.
Hold on. This one
We didn't
is
buy
a
that
giveaway. We didn't. That one's a giveaway.
It still counts. Anyways,
Okay.
we're not arguing. The
Okay.
point is, because they're wrong. The point is, they're bad at math. Over the next 12
We
to
are.
24 months, if the channel keeps growing,
Yeah.
you're not going to control him. He's completely out of control.
Well, the thing is, it
you're
doesn't-
going to keep buying more wacky stuff. You're going to end up with a helicopter.
I can't control them also because I kind of enable it. So
Yeah.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, where does the channel go?
this was our compromise for a motorcycle. Was this. The channel, honestly, lots of cars. I mean, it's always going to be an automotive based channel.
I think. And also, I think we already have it planned out where once COVID hopefully all ends and everything's good, we plan on doing like a
International.
year international where we go off-roading in
Buy
different
Cars
countries.
International.
No, where we go off-roading with people internationally in different countries
Or
to show
racing,
what
or
off-roading
drifting,
racing
or
is
whatever.
like
That'd be a lot of fun.
like in a different country. So
Australia, New Zealand. We want to go back to Japan, but we want to go off-roading in Japan instead of drifting this time.
Israel, Russia. I mean, there's like the Rainforest Challenge, which is a crazy off-roading event. So that's at least 2 years between the Bronco, and like traveling overseas. That's at least 24 months of content,
And doing stupid stuff.
like endless content.
Okay. We'll see.
You don't think so?
No, I think Kevin's absolutely gonna buy a supercar. You are absolutely gonna buy like a McLaren or something, I think that
I'd have to sell the Supra though, which would be fine.
no, you're not.
The Super is my car. No.
Anyways, the point is, I think he's gonna get. I'm just like guessing.
Let's
I think
make
he's
a
gonna get
bet.
supercar.
Let's bet.
No.
Like,
I think that
you
No
want to
bets.
bet? Like at some point, you're saying 24 months I'll have a supercar?
yes, absolutely. If the channel doubles at least once,
Okay.
if the channel doubles at least once, he's gonna buy a supercar.
We'll see. Let's revisit this August 1st.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. I think we're done. You have anything to say?
Yeah.
No. All right.
You don't
I
have
just-
anything to say?